Hi, I'm Lubna Safi, and I'm going to be reading today from my debut collection, Your Blue and the Quiet Lament. My mother no longer paints with the color blue. My mother sees nothing with her hands canvassed across her lap except the shade of every blue she ever painted. Her other paint tubes clotted red, purple, and black. When she paints, my mother looks without seeing me, her fingers feathered with the clarified blue smudges of a sky, fortified blues of the ocean, the melancholic sapphires of the late night hours, not white for snow, just bluish marks of what passes, or blue nothing at all. I cannot explain what happened, only that it emerged out of the blue. The painter, she used scorched earth to capture the stain of what had passed beyond the window. Shot and buried with Lorca. I used to hear the dead speak like verses in Lorca's poems, barely audible. Ay, 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 ay. Their jawline punctured by putrid air, flesh oozing from the mouth of a page. Full-bodied, they appeared to walk right out of the words, poor creatures in a dream groping for God. Not Lorca after the cantilevered prayer, not August with the daylight fading, not the curve of a rifle hit the head, not his face washed thin by the last sunlight, not a tree where the body fell. Instead, a November fog, and the 11th day over with a choking sound. I skip lines to avoid the end of the poem, but I can't outrun the news that has reached me, that his mother withheld, that his father didn't know, that my cousin had covered himself with God and died in a shroud. Human longing found trapped in amber. That night, the hum of your human body. The long road had emerged between us. A hollow inside me, bowstrung taut and tuned to the quiver, like a stray remark at the edge of a long-winded conversation. I try to escape my history, a permanent nitpicking of the wound, the scar of a homeland that won't fade. I tell you about the scab of my cousin's death. You are busy, fine-souled and neck-bearing, unreachable even by the longest sentence. In the dark that draws and loosens the bodies of lovers, we try to be gentle, gentler even than lovers, our eyes closed like fists, listening. How love frauds the tongue loose when my ear catches your truant voice. I like the rarefied air around your words, cut with fermented exhales. Even the serpentine walls of your embrace. Your heart, and this is why it's heavy, is cast in gold. So I don't ask you for comfort. I've seen how your words seek what they long for, and instead find the void. An August ending. I learned how to love from my mother, Garcia Lorca, and the archive of the sky where the crescent fans out, a sliver of a new moon in the hands of the old. On the same day, almost 9 decades later, I was born on an earth Lorca disappeared into. I sobbed in my room for the Andalusian martyr. My walls were full of water hallowed in the pipes. I crowded my poems with the public grief. The offbeat of a sob behind closed doors escaped like nervous laughter. As far away as the other side of an entire country, I could hear the withered sound of an arid lament. What did I know of sacrifice? I learned it was wax on my mother's hands when she twisted my arm to wring out my leftover soul. She removed nothing. My heart was fine. I wasn't even sad. I had just reached the end of something. The absolute last whisper into the Vedic void. The first time I heard, I didn't. The second time, I cried. I am beside myself. The wind drowns and blows my cries for you, for Lorca, for all that disappeared, and for the thin cornea of my eyes that caught no one. Your face in my hands isn't right. I know I can't use you like this forever. Your blue days, I'm writing you from there. Ritual quiet hands reach into the graves of words, believing I'll finally hold you in my trembling arms. Thank you.